Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rekah Kodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect and the 1/3. Alright? And shalom to all you brothers out there on the highways and byways, presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice as the scriptures teach us. Alright? Back with a quick lesson. And this incident that just happened in Chicago where a man set a woman on fire on the train. Alright? So first he poured gasoline on her and then set her on fire on the train. Alright? And this just shows you the spirit and the mind state that these people are in. Alright? The fact that he took no care and did that on the train, didn't care who was looking, to me that shows that he very well could have been one of those spirits created for vengeance. Alright? This is Ecclesiasticus, better known as Sirach 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sword strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force, and appease the wrath of him that made them. Alright?
Now federally charged after setting a woman on fire on the train. We do have our team down at Fox 32. Our reporter Roseanne there is joining us live. And Roseanne, this is quite the investigation that's underway.
Right. It was a horrendous incident, but a pretty quick investigation because they made their arrest yesterday, as you reported. Lawrence Reed, who's 50 years old, is now charged with terrorism on mass transit. He's been charged with setting a fire before. In fact, he set a fire at our Thompson government building here in Chicago years ago. But since 2017, he's been charged with everything from criminal damage to property to possession of a controlled substance and battery for punching women in the face. Well, now we know that Reed purchased gasoline shortly before the CTA attack. Authorities shared that video with us, and prosecutors showed CTA video that shows this man confronting a woman as she sat on the train. He walks up, pours gasoline on her. Then as she tries to run, he has a small bottle of gas that he ignites and begins to start her on fire. She's just 26 years old. She's in critical condition. U.S. attorneys had this to say yesterday.
Lawrence Reed had no business being on the streets.
All right, and I'm going to stop it there. All right? And hey, it's important to remember that at the end of the day, everything is controlled by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right? Now, we don't know anything about that woman, We don't know who that woman is. I'm talking about in the spirit, you know what I'm saying? That could be a witch, you know what I'm saying? But, as I was saying, whatever the situation may be, that was judgment from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Alright? And that just proves, as the scripture says, the love of many waxing cold. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'll get that. And you see it more and more with all these incidents that are happening. Okay? We're seeing it more and more. This is Matthew 24 and 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Alright? And hey, it doesn't get any colder than that. How this guy, went on the train and set that woman on fire. And to me, that also shows the spirit that the Lord is putting on these men, and how the Lord is humbling these women. The Lord's humbling the men too, but He's putting a different spirit on the men, and he's humbling these women, because you see how this dude was locked up in the past for punching women in the face. You know, so hey, at the end of the day, it's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's movie, and we're gonna see a lot more incidences just like this one, because people are losing their minds, and you know, hey, the Lord got a whole different spirit down here on the earth now. All right. So, you know, I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. I try to, you know, trying my best to just stay focused, stay watching, stay praying, and you know, meditate on the scriptures. All right. So hopefully this was an edifying lesson, and I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles, a great millstone. Shalom.